All right, what do you think about the situation with Hassan Campbell and Fat Joe?
I understand about that situation too, man. I've been following Hassan Campbell for a minute. So, you know what I'm saying? I know, shit, nigga, that nigga came out talking about he got molested when he was a shorty. You know what I'm saying? And that happens to a lot of people. When you kid and, you know what I'm saying, you're growing up, your mom's leaving you with somebody else, you get touched and all of that shit, and that happens to a lot of the young ladies, you know what I'm saying, most frequently happens to the ladies, but I never heard like somebody that was a thugged out dude say that like that, openly. And then he said what he said about, you know what I'm saying, the whole rundown on Africa, the Zulu Nation, the big boys, like the street niggas. And I remember all them niggas. I remember God. I remember, you know what I'm saying, B.O. You know what I'm saying? I remember when that time when he got killed with, and Showbiz was there with him. You know what I'm saying? And he was with Show. So I wasn't there, but I heard about it in the street. You know what I'm saying? So I know what he's talking is real. You know what I'm saying? B.O. was a real nigga too. You know what I'm saying? He was feared. Nigga was one of those dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I remember that. So and his whole struggle. Remember his whole. I see how Bambaataa is ducking and diving, just like Joe. Like, they do the same thing. They're ducking and diving, trying to ignore people. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, Bambaata's charges are a whole different charges. You know what I'm saying? That's pedophilia and all of that thing, messing with little kids. You know, me and Joe got personal beef. That's why, he does it like that. He's still in front of the camera doing that. But, Bambaataa got a reason to run. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's in Brazil. He goes everywhere. He's on some Russell Simmons shit. Them niggas, they escaped the country. So America won't get him.
You know, that's so crazy that you said that you explained it like that, because when I interviewed Hassan, he explained it just like that. He says, why do you think you don't see Africa Bambaataa celebrating Hip Hop 50? You don't see him at the museum. You don't see him in all these different places. Why didn't he come out at Yankee Stadium? Like all this stuff. And he described it just like you're describing it now.
And I seen the rebuttal, and, I think, I don't know if Dr. Dre, no, not Dr. Dre, Ed Lover and Moni Love, I think they did an interview. I don't want to misquote. I think it was them. They did a little, like, try to fix Bambaata's image when he called up. Because they all, Bambaata's respected, man. He's one of the founders. He's definitely founded fathers, you know what I'm saying, that made hip-hop. Not even so much the forefront as far as, like, hits like that, because I never liked the style like that. Like I told you, planetarium. Like, he was living in a planetarium, and he was, like, just a different vibe. Different vibe. Like a alien that was fucking in purple tights. And I was like, not my style. But the behind the scenes, the Zulu Nation had a lot to do with building the culture of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because it cultivated all of 5 elements. You know what I'm saying? The art, the graffiti, the dance, the culture, the clothing. Everything it was a culture of hip hop that he had behind him. And he had killers in the streets. He did.
Yeah,
he did. I want to see the fucking book. I don't want to see it, but that fucking book that Hassan talking about, niggas, the biggest gangsters of the world in the Bronx at the time. He took pictures of the when they was little and stuff like that. I don't want to see it. I'm just saying, like, if that's found, that's evidence right there. I don't know who got that book, but that's definitely
that's crazy.
That's definitely crazy.
Well, moving on. So Hassan was talking about how Joe went on live, and he didn't say Hassan's name exactly, but he was talking about the claims against Africa Bambaataa, right?
Yeah.
And he was saying that, like, Hassan was trying to destroy hip hop.
Yeah, that's what he does. He puts everybody in that. He try to speak out for those guys. That's how he speaks out. Just stays in the middle. He's trying to imply that he's staying in the middle, but he's not in the middle. He's trying to convey and serve the public opinion and an outlook to go and help, whatever friend he chooses to help. Which in that case was Bambaataa. You know what I'm saying? He chooses not to know what happened. He chooses. I'm sure everybody. That's why Hassan got so many followers, because they believe him. They believe him. Right. They believe him, and I believe him.
Well, a lot of people don't like him though too. So a lot of people follow him.
Yeah, because he needs therapy too. We all kind of need therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some way or the other. So he needs therapy. We from the hood. We can't afford no therapy. We don't believe in that shit. Our therapy is venting and whatever areas we come out and explaining the truth. That's our therapy. And you're a psychologist, ain't you? What you fuck?
moving on. So anyways, but he said that after Joe did that live, within like an hour and a half, his page got demonetized. Hassan's page got demonetized.
That was Joe. Now my shit happened. The same thing happened to my shit. When I did the cock story with Tony.
Yeah. You still waiting to get monetized again off of that, but
Hassan I
said
don't give a fuck about that. The truth is more important than any money or any
right.
monetization. So I know they did that. I know it's Joe that has people. I told you that these top bosses from labels, they moved on to the cyber world, and they could pull strings also, just like they did in the labels. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to name names because I don't want to implicate anybody, but nigga.
We know who you talking about, okay? We know who you talking about, head of music, okay? We know who you talking about.
It's not just one, though. It's not just one. It's a lot of them.
Yeah.
The Beluganati.
Yeah.
It's the Beluganati.
But he said that he basically lost over $100,000 easy from getting demonetized. Because it takes you like 3 months to reapply. It takes like you got to wait to hear back.
Well, you should know better. You would know better.
Yeah.
You would know better.
But
you're getting millions of dollars right now, fucker, for using me.
Come on, Cuban.
Yeah, say the truth.
I'm getting.
No, but you know what type of checks it looks like, especially when he get the Hassan.
Yeah, but Hassan does real numbers, bro. Like he
real dude. He do real numbers.
I mean, like he has like 5,000 people watching him in the live, like when he goes live, right? And not just that, but 100%. They donating $50 at a time, like. One person donating $50, so that says a lot, man. That's crazy. But he was saying that he makes like anywhere from like 20 to 40,000 a month.
He does.
Yeah. So you think that's a lot of money that he missed out on if Joe was really behind?
That's the hate. That's the hate.